Eamon O'Carroll, what's your emotions like after that semi-final defeat?
Yeah, pretty down. I'll be honest. I feel like we missed a huge opportunity there, but I haven't got the words to express how proud I am of the group. I think it's a real challenging year this year, and to do what they've done. When I sit back and reflect, I'll probably be even prouder as well. So, yeah, a real difficult one to take, but congratulations to Toulouse. I referenced it last week, the amount of obstacles they have to overcome throughout the year. I think they obviously had a bit of a disrupted start, but have come through and certainly shown the quality today. So congratulations to them and all the best for next week.
The feeling's obviously very raw now, but at the end you just saw exactly what it meant to the players.
Yeah, that was no surprise to me. I think there'll be an element in there where they feel like they shot themselves in the foot a fair bit, which probably makes it even harder to take. But I just said we've got to learn. We can't afford to do that next year, and we've got to kind of start again. We didn't go into too much detail. It's about making sure that we kind of stick together and say the thank yous that we need to, and obviously everybody's very disappointed that we finished on in that way.
The scoreboard says it was a 1-point game. Do you feel that reflects accurately the 80 minutes that you've seen?
I think so. I think it was a real tight game. Again, we get 2 yellow cards, and I think there's points conceded in those periods for us, which you couldn't write it, could you? It's almost exactly a carbon copy of when we last came here. I'm saying in the week I think we've nailed our discipline, and yeah, we got a couple of things wrong today, but that's sport. It happens. Again, I thought our response, to keep working for each other and put ourselves in a position to win the game was fantastic. But then we'd probably go and do something, and make an error, an unforced error. So I just said to the boys that I can't question your effort. Really, with some of the things that we went on, we should have got pumped, and we didn't. So, but I know that about my group. I know that they'll keep turning up. We just lacked that probably a bit of execution and smarts in top end games.
What was the difference between the two sides in the end, do you feel?
Yeah, probably the sin bins are a big one, I would say. But I don't want to disrespect Toulouse there. I thought they played a great game. But obviously, if you're in a semi-final and you're playing with 12 men for 20 minutes, that's going to put you under some pressure. We also lose Zach Fulton, but look, I sound like I'm making excuses about Toulouse were worthy winners, and we needed to be better.
This fixture, Eamon, goes without saying it's a history of red cards and sin bins. Was there much talk about, we need to be squeaky clean this afternoon? No,
because I think that's a given, mate, in any game, and I think we've worked extremely hard on our discipline, and I don't feel we were ill-disciplined, they were very different yellow cards to what we had last year. Jayden gets his technique wrong on one there, and Gilly puts an arm out and smacks someone in the face. So they're very different to what we did last time. We weren't reckless, we just got a little bit wrong, a little bit of execution, but no complaints from me, they're sin bins.
On that Kieran Gill sin bin, you actually extended your lead, you actually got Pelly over the line. You must be proud that with that numerical disadvantage, you seem to get your second win and really have a bit of momentum behind you.
Yeah, I thought we certainly got some things right in that period, but it just sapped our energy going down a man for 2 periods of the game. So I was always confident that we could be in the game, even with the last 3 minutes there. I said we can win this if we do what we've done. I think I turned to Robbie and said on the last 10 minutes, if we do what we've practiced all week, we'll win the game. We've not done that for the full game, so which is an absolute killer. But again, I can't get away from the fact that I'm really proud of my group.
Jayden looked really emotional and crestfallen at the end, Eamon. Are you going to put your arm around him?
No, I have done, mate. Of course I would. Like, we're all human beings, and that's not on Jayden. Certainly not on Jayden. So he's been fantastic for us this year, and I think I've said a number of times how proud I am of him. Worthy of his nomination for Young Player of the Year. I think he was extremely unlucky not to get it, in a competition where there's 2 full-time teams, for him to get that nomination, I think it's fantastic and shows how far he's come as a young man, and he'll be better for this experience as well. So,
how much of a setback was that first 10 minutes? I'm sure you didn't plan to concede those 2 early tries.
No, we didn't. That one hurt because I think we've had some real stillness about our defence. Probably throughout the season, to be honest with you. you know, and for us to get burnt how we did there on them couple, you know, was disappointing. But felt that we could kind of get past that. I think once we scored our first points, you could kind of see them relax and come into their own a little bit within the game. We just started the game really poorly, like an error, try to concede, then we give a penalty away. So we didn't get into our flow, and I think that's really important when you're playing knockout rugby. But the boys found a way to get themselves back in it.
Obviously, Jared Samet kicked early, forced the error from Ashall Bott, and with some real patience and calmness to that. You almost expect a few months earlier Kevin Apple's trying to offload the ball and it probably goes to ground, but very patient, calm play.
Oh, this group has certainly made, you know, huge strides. That's what gives me so much confidence about the future for the team. I think, you know, they're a group that wants to get better. You know, they care deeply about each other, which always helps, and they're immensely proud to play for Bradford. So I think we've made some real improvements with a lot of disruption throughout the year. You know, and it's positive signs for the future.
You had a bit of disruption going into this. Tom Holmes not picked, and Max Lynn at full.
Yeah, unfortunately, again, bit of adversity going into the game, but Tom pulled out with a calf on Thursday. So we managed to get him a scan Friday morning and put him in the squad to give him every opportunity to be right, as you would. But unfortunately, it didn't come through. So really disappointing for Tom. Especially with the year that he's had. We made a big thing about it for him, said that we wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for him, so we wanted to go and do it for him. Unfortunately we couldn't, but you know, I'm sure he's proud of his mates.
How much, I know you said you don't want to make excuses, Eamon, but clearly a player of Zach Fulton's build, physique and quality is going to hurt you when you had to leave the field and he didn't return.
Yeah, it does, but I think they lost Stefani, didn't they? They lost a couple, so... Lima, sorry, yeah. So mate, that's the game. Yeah, we missed Zach. Thought Harvey Macon did a tremendous job when he went in there, and so did the Ribidoro when we then lost Harvey as well. So everyone stood up.
It was an important moment just before half time. Lily's crossfield kick. I think the referee said Ockenbo Myers were inside the 10.
Yeah, I need to look at that, mate. I didn't see too much wrong with that, but there will be. I thought the officials were good today, so. There will be. I think we got another one for a forward pass over at line, didn't we? Which was devastating, but yeah, it's gone now.
Even after those quick fire tries from Armitage and Marion, you still fought your way back into the game with that Kevin Apple try.
Yeah, and you know, we managed to get some field position. I think when we did that, we troubled them. We just made probably too many errors, you know, to kind of build any sort of pressure. I feel like both teams kind of did that in the game. You know, I think there was it looks like a real tight game, and it was, but I don't think it was a top quality one, if I'm totally honest. You know, I think every time we seem to make an error, we'd go and force one with them, and you know, it seemed to be a bit tit for tat. I don't feel like the game ever really got going.
I was going to say, I think I had the error count at 13-12 to Toulouse, even after Apple scored. You know, Toulouse is still losing the ball, but then no sooner have Toulouse come up with the error and lost the ball.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Story of our day, that, mate.
What can you take from this season? I know that's a very broad question, but what's the overriding positive you can take from season 2024?
The club and the group have made massive improvements, I feel, in all areas, and the boys feel the same. I think that's really important. Obviously, I wish we could bottle up this feeling now because it'd drive you all year. But I just feel like we've worked too hard to be a team that's finished third and just been in 2 semi-finals. Like, I'll be pretty pissed. Everyone's happy about that. Like, we need to be better than that, and I certainly want us to be better than that. I'm devastated about this year. I think we should have done better, and we will.
And how important was it right at the end? 600 Bradford fans who listened to your rallying call in this big 5,000 plus crowd, you know, to show that appreciation, you know, for their commitment.
Yeah, fantastic. Amazing, really. You know, I mentioned it in the week, especially in this climate, to do that. I thought they were great. I came out to watch a little bit of the warm-up, could hear them, and we'll do the right thing now and get around them and have a beer with them as we should. I think that'll be good. Proud, you know, extremely proud. You know, it's easy for us to say, oh, the club's been through a bit. Every club does, but when you're in it day to day and you see the challenges that we've had, and the group's just responded, I'm probably most proud of how close my team are. I was really lucky last year to be involved with a wonderful club in Catalan Dragons, and some of the best people I've ever crossed paths with. An unbelievable group, really close, cared for each other, cared about what we were doing, and all invested. And you know, it's really close to that, if not exactly the same. So to think that I'm kind of the head of that, along with the rest of the staff, that makes me really proud.
And in terms of going again, you talked about how you want to go to that next level. How confident are you that the group can find that next level?
Oh, we will, mate. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. We can't afford not to. You know, you learn some of your best lessons in adversity, and we're certainly going through a bit now. But this will be a great reminder now, moving forward. Whenever we get a little bit loose, when them tough pre-season training days are in, you know why we're doing it. And it's the start of our journey together, really, isn't it? My first year here, so I think the way the group have responded to a new coach coming in, a lot of change, which there has been. Certainly getting used to me, I think they've really responded. So I can be intense at times, and I think that's what you need to be. But they've fully got on board with that, and I really enjoy working with them.